Cheaters never win and winners never cheat. Unless you're these athletes.
Ben, when you run, do you cheetah?
Absolutely. I cheetah all the time.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 worst sports cheaters. Number 10, the 1976 East German women's Olympic swim team. It's time to pump you up.
Very rangy, powerful, 170 pounds.
Fact, ladies are not supposed to look like this, but a lot of German athletes in the 70s did. Why? For the East German women's Olympic swim team, it was the vitamins team doctors fed them. Well, they were told they were vitamins, they were actually steroids.
Very difficult to compete with that.
The East Germans won lots of gold in '76, which they kept, but they also suffered terrible side effects later in life. Number 9. Ben Johnson can't run from the law.
He lets them go first time, and Ben Johnson got a brilliant start.
A Canadian beat Carl Lewis in the '88 Olympics 100-meter sprint in world record time?
Johnson wins it. Lewis second.
Sounds fishy, and sure enough, it was. That bubble burst when Johnson tested positive for a banned steroid, lost his gold, and was barred from competition. He made a comeback in '91, but tested positive again and was banned for life. He was reinstated in '99, and you guessed it, he failed again.
Almost a feeling of deja vu as far as you were concerned.
Number 8. Rosie Ruiz, a lie of marathon proportions.
This unknown runner came out of nowhere ahead of all the other women.
Unknown runner Rosie Ruiz won 1980's Boston Marathon in record time, literally without breaking a sweat. Only she couldn't recite race details and no one remembered seeing her running. That's because she didn't.
Have you been doing a lot of heavy intervals?
Someone else has been. I'm not sure what intervals are. What are they?
She jumped into the race right before the finish. Turns out she'd done the same thing in the New York City Marathon to qualify for Boston too, except there she took the subway.
Is someone coaching you or advising you?
No, I advise myself.
Number 7. Tim Donaghy. Who refs the refs?
And a foul called on Vernon Maxwell away from the ball, and a technical foul is called on Vernon Maxwell by the same young official, Tim Donaghy.
You'd think reffing the Malice in the Palace game would be enough.
Artesta's in the stands!
But no, Tim Donaghy had to make his mark elsewhere. So he hooked up with the mob and bet on NBA games he officiated. This continued for years, until 2007 when he was investigated by the FBI, caught, and sentenced to 15 months in jail. Think of that the next time a ref makes a bad call.
He's working, of course, with two of the veterans in Mihalik and Reichelt.
Well, he needs to follow for a little while and learn how this game is being played.
And an offensive foul on Antonio Davis.
Number 6. Pete Rose, You Bet Your Life.
Number 4,195 for Pete Rose. He's amazing.
You can get away with a lot in the MLB. The one thing they pretty consistently outlaw? Gambling. But Pete Rose was one of the greatest hitters of all time.
Rose swings.
There it is! There it is! Get out! Get out! All right!
Hit number 4192.
So he took that with a grain of salt and bet on baseball for much of his career, even while managing the Cincinnati Reds. For his trouble, he was served a lifetime ban in 1989 that he's still fighting.
If the commissioner would ever give me a second chance, there's no way I could let him down. I owe baseball. Baseball don't owe me a damn thing. I owe baseball.
Number 5. The 1919 Chicago White Sox, the Black Sox. It's not all about the money. Sometimes it's also revenge. Intense hatred for White Sox owner Charles Comiskey motivated 8 players to throw the 1919 World Series against the Cincinnati Reds, despite Chicago being heavily favored. The 8 men out were banned for life, which is why Shoeless Joe Jackson remains ineligible for the Hall of Fame, though his involvement is still disputed. Say it ain't so, Joe. Number 4. Half of the MLB, juiced up.
Swing! And get up, baby! Get up! Get up! Get up! Home run! He's done it again! Take a ride on that for history!
They don't call it baseball's steroid era for nothing. Whether the motivation was longevity, notoriety, or money, Major League Baseball's reputation took a hit by the confirmation of steroid use by big names like Barry Bonds, Jason Giambi, and Mark McGwire.
What other supplements did you use?
I'm not here to talk about the past.
The kiss of death was Congress getting in on the action in 2005 and calling the Home Run King's records into question. Asterisks or not.
Where do you inject it?
Into your gluteus maximus, which is your butt muscle.
Your butt muscle.
Number 3, Spanish Paralympians never go full, well, you know. Here's a very delicate subject. At the 2000 Paralympic Games, the Spanish basketball team won gold. Great, except 10 of 12 team members had no intellectual disabilities at all. They were never even tested. Luckily, a Spanish journalist infiltrated the team and exposed the whole story. Not only did this result in a temporary ban on all learning disabled people at the Games, it also gave Johnny Knoxville a movie idea.
I'm not mentally challenged.
Number 2, Tonya Harding, totally whack.
She escaped to the music of Jurassic Park.
By 1994, Harding's best figure skating days were over, and only drastic measures would see her win against ladies like Nancy Kerrigan. What drastic measures? Harding's entourage hired a guy to break Kerrigan's legs, but she was only bruised in the attack, so she won silver at the '94 Olympics.
She's been through so much to deliver this performance. What a great moment for Nancy Kerrigan.
Harding finished 8th, was eventually banned by the U.S. Figure Skating Association, and was relegated to reality TV.
Under 10 seconds to go in round 2. Paula Jones takes a shot to the head. She is down.
Number 1, Lance Armstrong. There's no hope in dope.
It's terrible.
Taking the top spot on our list is the man who gives new meaning to the word dope. The only cyclist most people have heard of, Armstrong won 7 Tour de France and overcame cancer to become a hero. That's what made the revelations of his performance-enhancing drug use so heartbreaking. He denied it for months, but finally admitted his mistakes in an emotional Oprah interview.
Everybody that gets caught is bummed out they got caught.
Do you agree with our list?
For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, I love you.
Who do you think are the biggest sports cheats in history? For more top 10s about your favorite scandals, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.